May 11th, 2015 Committee of the Whole meeting, May 11th, 2015 Closed Board of Education meeting, May 19th, 2015 Board of Education meeting, June 8th, 2015 Committee of the Whole meeting, June 8th, 2015 Closed Board of Education minutes, June 16th, 2015 Board of Education meeting, approve financial report for the period of July to July 1st, 2014 through June 30th, 2015, and approve the bills for the period of June 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2015 in the amount of $2,201,852.32.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Curriculum and instruction. Carrie?
Yep, tonight we have all three of the student parent handbooks that will be adopted, and we can do them individually if you'd like, or I can have each principal come up and we can do them all together. It's completely up to you.
You pick.
All right, well, why don't we do them all together, and then if you have questions and you would like to pull them apart, that would be great. So why don't we start with the elementary school student and parent handbook, and actually Nick O'Malley will be here substituting for Todd Hunt tonight.
Good evening. The elementary school principals made two small changes to the elementary handbook. The first is in regards to state testing and particularly the Smarter Balance Assessment, which is likely not to be used next year. So that language has been replaced with the state assessment to be determined. And then the second is in regards to report cards and parent feedback. And the old language said something to the effect of language of 3 times a year parents will receive feedback regarding report cards, but we changed that in an effort to kind of support our vision of continual formative feedback to continual feedback. Parents will receive continual feedback throughout the year regarding their child's performance. So, okay.
All right, and then if no questions for Nick, then we'll have Chris Scadella here to talk about the Riverview Middle School student and parent handbook revisions.
We just have also some very small changes. On page 5, we added the word vaping to our drugs. That is something that's new and coming with students, and something that we're educating and adding a little bit to of educating kids about as well. So that's in there. And also we added bandanas to our dress code. That was all that we've added though.
So you're banning bandanas?
Yeah. Yes.
And the vaping is the e-cigarettes?
Correct.
All right, and then finally, we will have Dr. Rauscher come and talk about the revisions to the Orange Guide, which is the high school student parent handbook.
Hello, everybody. We had a variety of updates, as you can see. Some are typical, like the annual revisions. We have some slight changes to our bell schedule. Part of that is moving away from the early release to the all-day professional developments on Friday. Law Day system, we have a few new courses added. I just think it's nice to add those or let you know about those. Advanced Food Science, Botany, which is now transcripted with LTC, and then EDD, Engineering Design and Development, is our Project Lead the Way capstone course. So those are all new in the cum laude system for next year. We have some policy updates. Some of them are just to align with some of the Neola board policies. We've just looked at some of the language, but a couple unique ones. Mike Slagle and I had been working on looking at eligibility for academic, or the academic eligibility, I should say, for athletics and for our school activities. And the switch there is it used to be based on if a student had a certain number of Fs, we would limit eligibility, or they might become ineligible overall. We also added incompletes to that. And the idea is that if a student is struggling academically, we feel, our coaches feel, we need to put supports around them, taking care of that first before they compete. So that was a switch there. Also related to that, in the student behavior and activities code, we just added as to one of the things that could have you removed from the privileges of the school, and those are usually pretty significant offenses, we added assault to that, just to make sure that there's no question that's not something we would condone, obviously. Other than that, another positive thing is we have a new scholarship that was awarded for the first time this last spring. We've always had the Wisconsin academic scholar, and now the state has added the Wisconsin Technical Excellence Scholarship, so we updated the handbook to reflect that addition as well. There you go.
I have one question. When you
Sure.
said you added assault, that's physical assault, right?
Any kind of assault.
So it
We
could
just-
be,
Could be physical assault, sexual assault, just
Verbal?
anything, verbal assault.
okay.
And it's listed in there specifically as criminal or habitual. And that's defined as something that could lead to an out-of-school suspension or some sort of citation from law enforcement to bring it to that level.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
With that, if there are no more questions for any of the principals, then we can consider approving the revisions for the 2015-16 school year.
Any discussion on it? All in favor? Aye. Item number 6, finance, buildings, and grounds. Consider milk and bread bids. And John, I believe that's yours.
Sure. Each year this time of year, we approve the milk and bread bids for the food service program. They were in front of you tonight. We are currently recommending that we go with our current vendors for both our bread and milk, Pan of Gold, which seems to be about a penny or more cheaper on pretty much every line item of and the darkened ones that are more frequently used items there. And our milk bid, since we only got one from Englehart Dairy, who happens to be our current milk provider, we would go with that. The price changes are minimal, up a tad, I guess, from last year, but not significant. I think what's going on with our milk provider could be one of two things. I do know from other years that milk providers like to have trucks in the area that they're dribbling to other places as well, and we also request that they provide coolers, and a lot of them aren't necessarily going to do that anymore because that's an added expense for them. So that's kind of what we're recommending, and hope you approve it.
So what is the bread bid that we're on?
We're approving a vendor, the Pan of Gold.
The Pan of Gold.
Right, the center bid there. The per cost, per unit item on the far right of each bid kind of shows you the comparables.
Are there any other questions?
I'll make a motion to accept the Pan of Gold bid and also the Englehart Dairy bid for the upcoming school year.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Consider gifts and corresponding budget adjustments. Carrie, you wanna-
Sure. Tonight we have a plethora of gifts. First of all, a donation of $937.67 from Parkview PTK for student field trips. A donation of $51 from John Michael Kohler Arts Center for the student field trips. A donation of $1,726.94 from Fairview PTO for student field trips. A donation of $1,090.87 from Parkview Path for student field trips. A donation of $100 from Bill and Diane Mikolajczyk in memory of Helen Schultz. The money will be used for purchasing books for the Fairview Elementary School Library. A donation of $75 from Family Friends in memory of Helen Schultz. The money will be used for student needs at Fairview Elementary School. A donation of $4,670.45 from Riverview Middle's Music Boosters for 2 French horns and a podium. A donation of $1,108.20 from board member Richard York. Richard has donated his salary back to the Plymouth School District. A donation of $55 from the John Michael Kohler Arts Center for student transportation. A donation of $143.19 from the Sheboygan Human Rights Association for student transportation. A donation of $6,000 from RDK Foundation to Riverview Middle School for John Michael Kohler Arts Center programs, and a donation of a rolling Blue Point tool chest and a Snap-on Modus diagnostic machine for the Plymouth High School Automotive Department from MacGrid Sunset Auto Service. It's recommended that you accept these gifts and their corresponding adjustments.
Seconded.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 7, anybody in public participation? Item 8, board liaison reports. A, community education, Richard.
each month I've been trying to emphasize one of the purposes of community education. The one that we come to this month talks about how we encourage maximum use of the community facilities, that these buildings, all of them are to be, and they are used. I know sitting on the Community Education Advisory Board, there's always a challenge in that we have more groups wanting to use our facilities than we have time available for them to be used. So these schools are to be used by the community, and our church has a boys program on Wednesday evening over at Parkview School, and it's very affordable, really, considering the value that we get out of it. So we appreciate the school making that available, but it's part of what we do in community ed is to facilitate that and coordinate all of that, which is no small task. As far as other things that are happening in community ed, this summer they trained 10 additional staff and community members to run the ropes course this summer, which will open up additional opportunities in the fall for people to participate in that. We do have some classes going on this summer. It's still time to register your 8 through 17-year-olds for the Proficient Swimmer Strokes Camp. Jesse Gambrell is our summer intern. He's going to be the instructor for that. Another class that can be registered for is the 8-year-old children and up. It's called Kids Who's Your Farmer? It's taught by Jessica Mella. And the idea is to expose children to the food from the gardens, taking a trip to the farmer's market and other fun activities. The concept is the closer we can connect children to the source of the food, the better nutrition and food choices they can make, and just the excitement of seeing their food grown. So they are in the middle of planning all the fall classes. A month from tonight, the September through December class brochure is going to be available. And one of the things that they're going to do, they did last year, they're going to do that again, is the aquatic and fitness classes will have a sample portion in there where you can try them out. That'll happen in the month of August to see if that's something that you'd like, and then if you like, you can sign up for the class. So, and always looking for new ideas for classes. If you've got an idea, you say, I've had this hobby that I'd like to help pass along or get other people interested in, or some unique subject, come and talk to us in the community ed office. They're just happy to come up with fresh ideas and involve the people in the community in deciding what happens. So always exciting stuff happening in community ed and rec.
Thank you, Richard. B, the foundation, Bob?
Yeah, I'll keep the foundation report rather short. They're busy right now preparing for the open house that'll occur during the homecoming weekend. In fact, if you mark your calendars, it'll be October 9th from 5 to 9 p.m. There'll be an open house. So we should have the doors open, and everyone will be able to go and see the wonderful science, egg and science building that we have out there. So,
very good.
All right.
Thank you, Bob. Family Resource Center, Pam.
Yeah, in your mail, you may have received 2 of our brochures. One of them is for parents as teachers, and also, that's this one. Just gives an example of what we do to help kids and teen parents in this example. And then also the Literacy Council, where we help adults learn English better so they can apply for jobs, help their kids with homework and things like that. So these are in your mail. If not, let me know, I can get you them. And please donate today, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Anything to report from CISA 7, John?
Nothing new this month.
Very good. Professional Development Council, Sally?
We have not met this summer.
Okay. Now we've advanced to item number 9, personnel, and this would be yours, Carrie.
Right, and we have many new teachers to consider contracts for tonight. First of all, the board will consider a 100% contract for Katie Coker, to teach kindergarten at Horizon Elementary School for the 2015-16 school year. Katie received her bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. This will be Katie's first year as a teacher. The board will consider a 100% contract for Caitlin Beck to teach second grade at Horizon Elementary School for the 2015-16 school year. Caitlin received her bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, and this will be her first year as a teacher. The board will consider a 100% contract for Jennifer McCluskey to teach 4th grade at Parkview Elementary School for the 2015-16 school year. Jennifer received her bachelor's degree from the University of Northern Iowa and a master's degree from the University of Phoenix. This will be Jennifer's first year as a teacher. The board will consider a 100% contract for Kelly Schmitz to teach 2nd grade at Parkview Elementary School for the 2015-16 school year. Kelly received her bachelor's degree and a master's degree from Marian University, and this will be her first year as a teacher. The board will consider a 50% contract for Jennifer Lutsky to teach 4-year-old kindergarten at Parkview Elementary School for the 2015-16 school year. Jennifer received her bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Jennifer served as a 4-year-old kindergarten teacher for 7 years with the Head Start program and served as a special education teacher at Fairview Elementary School for part of the 2014-15 school year. The board will consider a 100% contract for Todd Goodman to teach physical education at Plymouth High School for the 2015-16 school year. Todd received his bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point and a master's degree from the National Louis University. Todd has served as a physical education teacher at Urban Middle School in Sheboygan for 9 years and 1 year in the Adams Friendship School District. The board will consider a 100% contract for Melissa Juneau to teach social studies and alternative education at Plymouth High School for the 2015-16 school year. Melissa received her bachelor's degree from the University of Arkansas, and this will be Melissa's first year as a teacher. The board will also consider a 40% contract for Gina Baitner to teach to be a speech pathologist for the Plymouth School District for the 2015-16 school year. Gina received her bachelor's degree from Illinois State University and a master's degree from Western Illinois University. Gina has served as a speech pathologist for the Milwaukee Public Schools for 2 years and the Brown Deer School District for 1 year. She's also served as a part-time speech pathologist for the Howards Grove School District. And those are the contracts that we need to approve, and then we will go on to 2 resignations, but we should probably approve the contracts first, if there aren't any questions.
I'll make a motion to approve the contracts.
Seconded.
Any questions of the board?
A lot of first-year teachers hiring
Yeah.
this year. Any concerns there, or no?
I do believe that the principals did a very good search, and we don't go in saying that we're going to hire, first-year teachers.
Right.
We really do pick the best candidate, and these were the best candidates. In fact, I think the principals even argued a little over who was going to get who, because they were very impressed with what they had, yes.
And we have our mentoring
Right.
system in place for our new teachers, new hired, first-year experienced teachers. And they'll be mentoring for, 2 years? For
Right.
two whole years, or they have mentoring.
Up to
with-
3 years.
3 years, I'm sorry, 3
Right.
years.
They're given a mentor for the first year, but we allow for them to have mentors up to 3 years depending upon their need. After the first year, many just are fine, and we just have other ways of being able to assist them, but they are allowed to have mentors or assistants for the first 3 years.
And we fully expect that our principals will also be in cooperation with our new teachers and working with them and helping them along.
Yes, absolutely. And we have a really well-designed new teacher orientation. It is headed up by John Mather, and he does a really nice job, so.
Good.
Carrie, do we have all our positions filled now for our teaching, open, vacant?
No, we're still working on a STEM position for the middle school, an elementary music position, a Spanish teacher at the middle school, and a 50% physical education position at the elementary school. So barring any other resignations, that's where we're at right now.
These first-year teachers, they're so well. Is this reflective of something that's happening at the college level that's preparing them better, or?
Possibly. The background, we do pretty extensive background checks, and we check with their cooperating teachers and the principals from the schools that the student taught at, and we talk with a lot of people, so it could be a lot of factors there. So there is a pretty good pool for elementary teachers yet, so I think it's good that we're able to, and we did actually search early, so we were able to have a pretty good pool, I believe, so.
Good.
Any more questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None.
All right, we do have two resignations. One is Stephanie Wasmer, elementary music teacher, effective June 23rd, 2015. Stephanie has worked in the Plymouth School District for 1 year. And we also have a resignation request from Jordan Pollock Forges, Spanish teacher at Riverview Middle School, effective June 30th, 2015. And Jordan has worked in the Plymouth School District for 5 years. So we will need to approve their resignations, if so willing.
Any questions?
No. I move that we accept those resignations.
Second.
Do these come with penalties at this point?
We do have, well, not, one resigned prior to, oh, they both resigned prior to the time in which their contract was due, right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And the reason for the resignation, other opportunities in other districts?
Right, right.
All in favor?
Aye.
And one support staff update. Jenny Bear, custodian at Riverview Middle School, has resigned. Jenny has been with our district for 1 year. She's moving on to a full-time position.
Item number 10, travel, and this is yours to carry too.
Right, tonight we will consider the request of Walter Taylor, PHS, agriculture teacher, to take students to Oklahoma City, July 31st through August 5th, 2015, to attend the American Quarter Horses Association Youth Worlds Exposition. This trip request is consistent with the guidelines in board policy, and the expenses will be the responsibility of the students and parents. There are 4 students who will be attending this particular out-of-state travel.
Do we take these separately, or do we?
Oh, I can do the other one if you'd like to. Also, Wally and Tracy Heinrich, PHS agriculture teachers, would like to travel with students to Louisville, Kentucky on October 27th through the 31st, 2015, to attend the annual National FFA Convention and Exposition. This trip request is consistent with the guidelines and board policy, and the expenses will be the responsibility of the students and parents. Our board policy allows for students to be absent for 3 days, and the 31st is a day off of school. So they will be gone the 27th, 28th, and 29th. So they will only be absent for 3 days now.
I'll make a motion to accept these trip requests.
Second.
I was surprised to see that Mr. Taylor is going to a horse association.
Yes, it's part of the FFA. There's, yeah,
Okay.
the horse shows that the students do. He will be traveling with the horse coach that he helped, that comes and works with the students for their competition.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why would that be surprising?
Because horses and
agriculture.
egg is 2 different things. So what's he doing with horses?
This is the FFA piece of it.
Okay.
So, and we do
Horses
support
that eat?
our FFA association, yeah.
They both have manure.
Yeah. That's a good question though, Sally, very good
Yeah,
question.
when I read that, I was just like, we'll find out.
Mr. Taylor does it all.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should vote.
Oh, yeah, we
Any more questions? All in favor?
Aye.
And then, well, there's nobody on item 7, or probably on item 7. Item number 12, the president's report, several things. Number 1, the budget is passed. We are still trying to figure out exactly what issues are going to be in it as far as education goes, course option, and of course the
Yeah,
citizenship,
right, the civics exam.
civics exam.
Right, there's a lot of new laws that came out, or policies that came out with the budget in education, and I will be attending a legal conference at the end of July to be able to understand those more. And we still may be waiting for some of the administrative guidelines to even understand it further. So I will let you know as I learn more.
The other thing that I wanted to report, the whole state, there is a terrible epidemic of heroin use. And I believe our medics, with the new state budget, the medics in the ambulance service have been authorized to have a injection that will help people to help the person overcome overdose. We were wondering, and we were going to look at, see if we could have our nurses
Yeah, I
have one of
don't
those.
know that would be, I don't know. That's something
Yeah.
we'll take a look at.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that was the other thing that we were discussing, so that would be, that's all I have at this time.
Certainly, we have to keep ourselves on top of all of that, don't we?
Yes.
Have you ever had a heroin overdose here?
We have not while the students were in school.
We have had overdoses of other.
In the city of Plymouth,
In the
I
city,
believe it
definitely,
has.
yes.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Okay, my turn, Tim?
Yep.
All right. First of all, very positive news. Congratulations to our boys' baseball team. They will be moving on to the state tournament this Friday. The first game is at 11:35 against Franklin, and if they win the second game, the second game will be at 6:05. The games will be held at Concordia University, and we wish the boys good luck and congratulations for getting as far as they did. So that will be awesome. Also, I do want to tell you that we had golfers that were, our golf team actually were nominated with an honorable mention for Team Academic All-State Award. This is an award that is given to schools that have a overall GPA on their golf team of 3.25. I think that's a nice award. And the 5 golfers that we have that have been mentioned are Zach Gambrell, Lucas Johnson, Jake Williford, Cole Bogenschutz, and Cade Canels. Secondly, or next, I do want to let you know that, first of all, Walter Taylor, agriculture education teacher at Plymouth High School, was named Wisconsin winner of the Teacher's Turnkey Award on June 24th at the Wisconsin Associations of Agricultural Education and Professional Development Conference in Middleton. And also our agriculture program at Plymouth High School was nominated for the Outstanding Agricultural Secondary/Middle School Education Program Award for the Wisconsin Association of Agricultural Educators. I also have a thank you card here from science teacher Chuck Salibi, who had worked with our school district and just retired, and he's thanking the board for allowing him to have his time in the district. And then I'm also going to pass around a photo and a thank you note from a World War II vet. His name is Raymond G. Edwards, and he actually was in Washington, D.C. at the time when our safety patrol students were there. And he wrote, "Dear wonderful children of Plymouth, thank you for being so nice to me in Washington, D.C. on May 2nd, 2015. You were all special, and as you journey through life, I wish you health and, of course, happiness. Love and respect, Ray E. Edwards." And he writes on the back of his picture, "P.S. You were the highlight of my Washington trip." So I'll pass that around, and you can all take a look at it. It's really nice. Dates to remember: our PHS German band will be performing tomorrow night at City Park, and July 31st is the last day of summer school. Registration begins August 3rd through the 14th. The different times are listed on each school's website. August 10th is the next committee of the whole meeting at 5 p.m. in the Plymouth High School boardroom. The new teachers will arrive on Monday, August 17th for their orientation, and August 18th is the next Board of Education meeting here at 7 p.m. We go back in August to 7 p.m. Freshman orientation will take place on August 19th, and teachers return on August 25th. August 26th will be the elementary and middle school open house or the sneak peek, and the first day of school is September 1st.
German band is on
It's Thursday.
I'm sorry, German band's on Thursday. Yeah, I'm sorry, did I
You
not say
said
that?
tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow would be
Just
Wednesday.
excited for it.
It's
Oh,
actually on Thursday.
I'm just excited, yeah, yeah. Yes.
So
And-
if we show up tomorrow, get
If-
a seat first.
Yeah, if you show up tomorrow, you'll get a seat, because you really do have to get there early.
If you did, you might not be the first one there.
Right. And finally, I do want to express one last time our condolences to the family of Mike Slagle, our swim coach and athletic director. Our district feels a great loss. Mike was very instrumental in our district and in our community, and he will be missed.
Absolutely. Very much.
Okay.
So, we need a motion to adjourn into closed session under section 19.85, subparagraph 1 of the Wisconsin State Statutes to consider individual compensation, employment, promotion, compensation, and performance evaluations of public employees.
So moved.
Seconded.
Roll call.
John?
Yes.
Pam?
Yes.